This is McCook's Mr. Bill. It is an honor to have you here. Sadly, this last week, a young lady out with friends in a big city called Uber, which is a company that hires private drivers to come pick you up, take you where you are going. And most of the time it works well for all parties. The young lady went to the edge of the road and a car pulled up. Her first mistake was not looking at the license plate number that Uber gave her. She didn't check that. Nor did she walk up to the window and say, "Who are you here to pick up?" Again, those two safety factors would have saved her life. Plan A should have been safety features, checking the license and asking who they were going to pick up. That would have been Plan A. Plan B is if those worked out and you still got in the car and it turned out to be a nightmare, you need a Plan B. Someone's around you, you don't feel safe, tell them to back off. I said you tell them to back off. Never hurts to carry pepper spray in even the smallest amounts. Even though there's only about 10 seconds worth of spray in here, that's 10 seconds more than you had without anything. And that means whoever's going to attack you is going to have to do it blind and having a very hard time breathing. Pepper spray, well worth owning for less than a $10 bill. Another option you can have is what I've already talked about in other films, is a wad of cash. $20 bill, real $20 bill on the outside, fake money on the inside. So there's only $20 actually there. But you can say it's $500. It'd be hard not to prove it without taking it apart. You shake $500 at most crazies and throw it one direction and you run the other, they're going to go for the $500 that they think is there. Another great item you can have. Of course, for example, that woman in the back seat of a car and the guy's driving, one way you could stop that driving immediately is to have a taser. And you kick that puppy on, and when that red light comes on, that tells you it's ready to light him up at 30,000 volts. Forget it, those that say a million or a billion. They only go up to a 30,000, the rest of it's a lie. But that 30,000 is more than enough, especially you set it on the back of his neck and touch that off, he ain't going to be driving very good. You might have an accident, but you're going to have a lot better chance of survival and to get out. You bet. For, again, not much over a $10 bill would save your life. Another item you might want to consider also are necklaces with a small knife on them. Again, you shove that into the back of a guy that's driving and trying to keep you or to take you someplace so that you can be raped and murdered. That little bad boy knife is worth its weight in gold and would give you that kind of a defense. Or even keeping it below the front seat, being in the back seat, and even if he's holding a gun on you, knocking the gun out of the way as you're slitting his wrists or shoving that knife into the side of his neck pretty much wins the day. Now, there are different kinds of knives. Another one I like is this one. It's got a clip on it, and you could also use it as a chain. It's just 2 ounces. It's a nice looking knife, absolutely. And it's good hard pull, but I'm telling you, that is going to make a serious dent in somebody and make them bleed out real quick. In the name of defense, if you have to fight, a last ditch attempt to save your life, to save yourself from being raped. There's a lot of different options you can do for a Plan B, Plan C, and it wouldn't hurt to have 2, a pepper spray and some kind of a knife. So if one doesn't work, you've got the backup. I do remember a woman that had a pepper spray and she was attacked in her car as he got into the side of the car and was trying to force his way in. She sprayed him with pepper spray. He had a knife, and so he cut her up pretty good before he got away and ran because he couldn't see and he stumbled away. He got away, but she was cut so badly she tried to get to the hospital in time and she had bled out so much that she ended up dying. So just because you have this doesn't mean it wouldn't be an idea to have a knife so that you can spray and cut to defend yourself at the same time. 2 self-defense weapons are always better than 1. Why? Well, you have 2 hands. And one of the old sayings is, if a man pulls a knife on you, you're fighting a one-armed man. Always have 2 defenses if at all possible. Small, insignificant. And I'll finish with this one. Here's one of them that I carry. It's just a ½ ounce, weighs 1/2 ounce, and it is a finger. I said it's a finger knife. You got your hole there. You can simply put your finger in it, and it will slit, and it is razor. I said razor sharp. For a $5 bill, might make the difference between life and death, and it's a great utility knife to have to open up boxes or whatever you so desire. And it's so lightweight you don't even know it's in your pocket. But on the day that the dark side comes, it might make the difference. This is McCook's Mr. Bill, just trying to keep the women safe in this country, and as far as that goes, everyone's safe. Thank you for your time.